Welcome back to our second annual 12 Days of Podmas.
So excited to cozy up for day 5 today
So grab your cocoa or any other favorite seasonal bev.
because it's time to get holly jolly. So, wow, already 5 days in. That's so wild. And we are joined by one of our favorite author friends ever, Sydney Applegate, who, if you listened to Week of Love back in February, you already know, or if you I don't know, watch our stories ever, see us interacting ever. We love Sydney, so we're so excited to have her back on and just get in the festive spirit today.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I am so excited to be on the podcast again. Y'all are my first ever podcast feature, and y'all have become such dear friends of mine. I'm so excited for y'all's book, and I'm excited to sit down and talk with you guys again. This is a blast.
Oh my gosh, you're making me blush. But of course, we have our Holly Jolly questions that we're asking all of our guests, and that if you haven't listened already, we answered it in the first episode. So, Sydney, time for your interrogation. JK. Um, What would be your dream Christmas decor vibe or color scheme? It doesn't have to be to how you decorate now, but maybe it is.
Okay, so first of all, I know there's like this huge debate between like, are you a classic like whites and golds Christmas? Are you a colored Christmas lights person? I just want to set the record straight. I am the most obnoxious colored lights girl ever. I want my tree to look ugly with like color and like old school tinsel. Like there are so many of these TikTok videos that's like, I'm so glad I grew up with this Christmas. And it's like all the nostalgic, like oldies, low key sad Christmas music. And it's just the tackiest decorations you've ever seen. That is my favorite. Um, Anything, especially with like warm tone blue lights, a lot of blue lights have this kind of cold hue. If it has like that slightly warmer, like cerulean tint, it's my favorite. Also, I have a really weird obsession with like nutcrackers and gingerbread men type decorations. I love the Nutcracker Ballet. So anything like sweets, sugar plums, nutcrackers, those are like my go-tos for sure. Something whimsical and maybe connecting to my inner child. So yeah, those are my favorites.
I love that. That's so relatable too. Like my sister and I will go through all the ornaments we had as kids and stuff, and they're like the tackiest things. And I'm like, I love tacky Christmas. It's so good. And my mom sent me a picture at I don't know, like a Home Goods or something the other day, and there was like 6 foot tall nutcrackers in the store. So, just if you're ever wanting
So I'm going to Home Goods. That's what I'm hearing.
like a giant nutcracker, you know where to find one. I love that so much. Um, okay, our favorite question of them all, honestly. Do you have a favorite winter beverage?
I'm going to give you the most least interesting answer ever. I don't drink like anything. I don't drink coffee. I mean, I like smoothies, but smoothies aren't for the cold. That's gross. I think the closest thing I could come up with is like, I love apple cider. Like warm apple cider or like the kind of fizzy ones that you bring out around like New Year's. I really like those. But otherwise, I'm basically just like, I don't drink anything besides water, but I need to drink more water. I'm constantly dehydrated. So I wish I could give you a better, more interesting answer, but I'm kind of lame in that category, unfortunately.
Honestly, you're so good. I fear I too am very lame, but I love that question. I just think it's so fun. I'm like, what kind of person are you? Do you drink fun beverages or do you not, like me? Um, okay, this is also honestly, I love all these questions. I think they're so fun. What is your favorite winter or Christmas book or movie or both?
Oh, okay. Um, Movie wise, so as I mentioned, I love the Nutcracker Ballet. I watched the version with almost said Kevin McCulkey. I blended the Home Alone name and the actor, Macaulay Culkin. I watch his version from the 90s every single year on Christmas Eve night. But without a doubt, my favorite Christmas movie is The Holiday with like Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, Jack Black, Kate Winslet. It's so good. I quote the gumption line like every year. It's such a good movie. Um, I cry every time. Books wise, I just read, I think it came out like Tuesday. It is a novella. Um, the author's name is Rachel Lewis. The book is called Merrily Yours. She's local to me, so I got to meet her. I got to get my book signed of hers, like her other one, Yours Unexpectedly. Binged it in like 2 days. I read Merrily Yours like in the tub, just straight in the tub, did like one sitting, done. So good. Her writing is just so easy to digest. And after being big brained at work, it's just a great way to unwind. I love her as a person, but also just like what she writes. And then, I mean, of course, I have to put in like ACOFAS, or ACOFAS of
Yeah.
Starlight. Yes. Um, that's an underrated pick. I mean, snowball fights galore, solstice. I know solstice and Christmas are like different, but come on, that's a holiday book. So those are my go-tos.
Yes, we are also Rachel Lewis super fans around here. I still need to read Merrily Yours, and I'm really excited to. But
It's so good. It's so
Oh,
cute. That
God.
last chapter though, I was like, hello.
No, literally. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for
on the plane,
Rachel. If you're listening, we love you.
Yes, Rachel. Oh my gosh.
really obsessed with everything she does, and like Yours Unexpectedly, one of my favorite reads of this whole year. Like I sobbed for some reason. We told Rachel about that, but it was like, why did I sob? Like I just happy tears, I guess. Um, and then our last festive question is your favorite holiday tradition.
Ooh, okay. So this is going to be a little weird. If somebody else has this tradition, please hit me up. Let's be friends. My family, I don't know the origins of it, but my family plays a game called Skatoma every single year. And it is a game where, so my grandparents always host, and they've got so many knickknacks in their house, but cute little house. We pack the entire family in that house, and ahead of time, my grandparents hide mundane, small objects in plain sight around like 4 different rooms in the house. I mean, when I say plain sight, I mean like you don't have to move anything to find it. It's right in front of you, but yet you can't see it. Like it blends in. Um, and we have like a list of what the items are. They don't tell us what color the items are or like have a reference picture of it, and we have to find it. And it takes us like an hour or so. And the first person to find all of the items on the list wins. Usually it's like a small cash prize or a gift card or something, but it's so ruthlessly competitive in my family. It is so much fun. We also do the pickle hunt, if anybody knows what that is. I think that is something like German roots. There's like a tiny little pickle ornament, and it's green, obviously, it's a pickle. And my grandparents hide it in their tree. And like I said, I love tacky decorations. Their Christmas trees look like Hobby Lobby just threw up on it. And so that thing is so hard to find. It's already a green tree. And then you've got every other decoration known to man slapped on top of the tree. We are searching for hours, like all during dinner, before, cocktail hour, everything. It is so competitive in my family, but it is so fun. Those are our favorite like Christmas games. So those are my favorite traditions, without a doubt.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun.
It is so ruthless. And over the years, as like the kids have gotten older, everybody's on the same playing level now. Because there would be a big pickle ornament for the kids, because like obviously we were children. And then the tiny one was for the adults. Now everybody is trying to find, I mean, it's this big. It is small. It is ruthless. It's hilarious.
Okay, so I have to know. I mean, we can cut this out if it's embarrassing, but have you ever won?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
So Scotoma, I have won. This is going to sound like I'm gloating, but I do not care. I deserve to gloat. I've won the last 3 years in a row with Scotoma. So that game is mine to lose. I'm so competitive. It's painful to be around me. The pickle, um, I did find it first last year. The year before that, though, I think my brother found it first, and I was so mad. I was so mad. Me and my brother are best friends, but let me tell you, when it comes to like scotoma and pickle hunting, it's every man for himself. You are my worst enemy. Do not talk to me. Do not look at me until this is all over. It is so fun. But I think let me think. Christmas, we have a bunch of out of town relatives coming for Christmas this year. I think I won last year because our out of state relatives weren't there. I think now that the competition pool is bigger, I think one of my cousins is going to take my reigning champ title, but that's okay. At least, family. Woohoo.
That's so funny. Like I was not expecting any of that, but I am so glad. I'm like, this sounds like the best family Christmas to go to.
We just have so much fun. And we're a very blended family in many different like aspects and branches of our family. It's so unpredictable. I mean, you have every personality type in that room and everybody wants to get in on the action. It's a blast.
I love that so much. I guess it's like a perfect segue almost to our last question before we get into like author life, book stuff, all that good stuff. Um, Relates to a certain competition that we are all fans of. And okay, we know this actually is not going to be exciting because we think we all have the exact same idea. But when this episode comes out, Dancing with the Stars will be done, which is crazy. And I kind of want to cry thinking about that. They need to bring back 2 seasons a year, please. But let's talk about our mirror ball predictions. Who do we think is going to win?
Oh my gosh. Okay, assuming I'm going first, let me tell you, I was the most diehard Dwight stan ever. I sobbed my guts out on TikTok over their elimination. It was ugly. I don't think I've cried that hard in a long, long time. Daniela is also one of my favorite pros in the entire show's run. I have been watching this show since season 3, 2006, whenever that was. This show has raised me. And so when Daniela hit the scene, I was like, I'm rooting for her no matter what. I, to this day, will, like, probably on my tombstone, it will read Jason Mraz was robbed. They should have won last year. I'm still angry. So when Dwight hit the scene and then they got eliminated, I was in so much pain. Long story short, if it cannot be Dwight, it has to be Joey. Joey has to win this darn mirror ball for all of us. There's also never been a male bachelor to make it into the finale, let alone win the mirror ball. So I'm rooting for him. I'm going to keep my semi-negative opinions to myself. But yeah, I really, really hope Joey wins. But I will say, I am very impressed with the comeback of Ilona Maher because there was like, I think she is wonderful as a person, but man, when Dwight went before she did, I was bitter. And then I watched the semifinals and I was like, you know what? Fair. She deserves to stay. She deserves to make it to the finale. I'm excited to see her make one last attempt for that mirror ball, but like, it has to be Joey. Please, please, I need it to be Joey.
Me before he got picked to be the Bachelor. Same exact reaction. Please be Joey. Please be Joey. I just love him, and I honestly like I was so impressed right away, like how good he was. Like week 1, and I was like, wow, like he's so coordinated and his musicality is so good. And then he's just like gotten so great, and they've had some great choreography and things that really have shown like that he's learned so much. And I'm excited for like freestyles. I think like regardless of like people winning, I'm like, I've been waiting for this, like because it's just so fun to see what they do. So, but yes, agree. It has to be Joey. It has to.
Yes, so this is my very first time ever watching Dancing with the Stars, and I was telling Sam the other day, I was like, I don't remember my life before Dancing with the Stars. Oh my gosh, it's so like I feel like this is like the perfect first season to watch. I'm obsessed. And yeah, I've been Team Joey since the beginning. I was like, yes, I love Joey, but also like I love Steven and I love Alona because I love her personality. I think her and Ellen together like are they're so fun. And I was so sad when Dwight left. I was like, no. But also I was like, I get it, but no. And Chandler, like, love her too. She's so great. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then I was talking to Sam about this because for me, it has to be Joey. But if it can't be Joey, I think I want it to be Danny. And I don't know what it is, but like, because at the beginning of the season, I was like, whatever. Like, he's fine. Like, I don't know him, but whatever. But then I think it was probably dedication night. Not, no, it definitely was dedication night. But his dance, oh my gosh, for Mike Leach, because, you know, coached at Texas Tech. And so that's where he got to start. And then Mike Leach came to Wazoo, and that's where Sam and I went. And so we got to experience Mike Leach, and then he died. I'm like, no. And so his dance, like, I sobbed. I was like, this was so good. And I've just been Team Danny ever since. And like seeing his progression, so, so, so good. So for me, if it can't be Joey, I want it to be Danny. But my sister, she's Team Chandler, just because like obviously, but also like I think everyone else has had like more um like has just shown more progress than she has, but that's because she has the dance background. So like that's unfair to her. But I just need it to be Joey.
I will say from like an analytical as a veteran to this show, I will just put my 2 cents in. Danny, I think with his dancing and like frame posture, he's so focused on getting the movements right that he doesn't quite emote. In the finale, so I believe they do what they do now is they do a redemption dance and then they do a freestyle. Um, so or a fusion. It's either a fusion or a redemption style. So redemption means he's going to get like a genre of dance that he didn't do so well in, and he's going to try and like fix it. And then he'll do his freestyle. I think because freestyle, he will not have to be in frame. He's got a huge chance of getting a perfect score. They typically give out perfect scores for every freestyle because it's a freestyle. It's hard to judge. There's no rules. But depending on what his frame dance is, if he can pull it off, I think he could edge out at least Alona and Steven. He could make the podium. But also, if he does really well, his votership is insane. He could win it. So let her know. He could pull it off.
I'm gonna cry. Oh my, I'm just so excited.
It's just been such a good season. I'm someone who I watched like every season of Dancing with the Stars when I was younger. Like my mom and I would watch it together. I remember just like staying up late, like before, like on school nights to watch it. But then I don't even remember what season it was. I stopped watching for like a while. I don't know, just didn't. But I still like would watch them on like YouTube. Like I would just still watch like every dance. I think I just didn't watch the show, but I watched every dance. Um, and so now it's just been fun to like be back into it. And like I hope when I go home I'll ask my mom if she's been watching. And if she hasn't, I'll be so sad because I'll tell her to go back and watch it because it was really good and I think she should get back into it. But yes, glad we are all such big fans and can share a lot of the same hopes and dreams for our cast. Um but yeah, I guess we'll just get into the real juicy stuff. I mean, hey, that could have been like we could talk a whole episode about Dancing with the Stars, I bet.
Real.
But we did mention in the intro that we talked to you back in February for our Week of Love. And when we did that, your debut novel, The Fall of Jericho, was about to be released. We might have even released your episode on your release date, cannot remember. But flash forward to now, the Daragon duology is completed and out, literally sitting next to me on my desk right now, actually. How does that feel that it's on my desk? No. How does it feel that it's done and it's out?
Honestly, it's really bittersweet. 'Cause that little world was very much a haven for me. Um, and now all the newness is gone. It's weird, especially coming to terms with the fact that unless something wild happens, I'm not making any more stuff for it. Um, it's just so bizarre because, in the past with books I've shelved and stuff, I would write them for me and the books would just keep expanding and expanding because I had no limits. Now it's like, well, like it's time to move on to, greener pastures. I love that they're out, but it's like I don't need to publish a novella bind up. I do not want to make it into a trilogy. Don't ask me why I have a weird thing against trilogies, but I do. Just as a writer, for me, I love reading trilogies, but for me, I was like, no, it's a 2P and then I'm out of there. So, but I love the reception it's getting. Everybody's saying such kind things. Like it makes me really happy that I did choose to write a second book because, Fall of Jericho was originally going to be a standalone. That's why it's a brick house. That book is so long. But also, it's just the formatting that makes it look like a cinder block. But I'm very glad that I gave it a sister. I love hearing which ones people like more, because they are two very different books. And it's just overall been like a really bittersweet, but really nice little season of closing that out.
Okay, gonna go off script real quick, but obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but I won't make you choose as a writer, as the writer, but as a reader, which book do you think you would like more?
As a reader, wow. Just based on my personal taste, I will say the first one because I wrote the book because I had never seen somebody bold enough to make the true villain the narrator. And that was the beating heart of the book. I loved that we followed, yes, he's morally gray, but also he's morally black. And so I just really I wanted to read a book like that forever, couldn't find it. And so I wrote it myself. And so I think that's why that book will always be like an anchor in my author career. I didn't think more than 5 people would read it. And obviously that's not the case, but I would definitely say book 1. But I wrote book 2 as a way to like heal the person after I published book 1. So I also think that book 2 is a very, tender-hearted story that I love very much. But yeah, I think personally it's going to have to be book 1 for me.
Yeah. No, I mean that makes sense. And yeah, like you were talking about how the 2 books, they're so vastly different from one another. Like what's something that you've learned from each book release?
Okay. So, book 1, I think the main thing I learned was that there will be people in your life that will want to undercut your success by making you feel small, whether it's your first book, your 100th book, it doesn't matter. And in the most disrespectful way, screw them. Literally screw them. You know what? I know my haters are listening to this podcast. That message is for you. Screw you. Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done. And just do what you want to do. Do what you love. Obviously, stick to your guns, know your boundaries, but do what you want. It's your life. And so that's what I learned from that book without getting into it too much.
Very The Fall of Jericho coded.
Yes, very much so. But with book 2, I really learned to roll with the punches. There were so many like glitches, delays in releasing book 2. I was so stressed out. I was also sick when I was releasing The Rise of Daragon. What a nightmare. But honestly, at the end of the day, I learned that your readers will wait for your book no matter what goes like quote unquote wrong. Um, and that's, I would, there was a while I was like, oh, I think that all of these glitches, like they kept me from, hitting a bestseller number because, I had less days to gather sales and all this stuff. But I think the positive reception that the book had was like way more rewarding than what I originally had, like, I guess, set out for, essentially. So that's what I learned from those two. Heavy on the Fall of Jericho message, though. Screw you.
Honestly, that's so real, and sometimes you just gotta say it, and you gotta say it how it is, and it really always is the people who, keep tabs on you now, like, okay, get a life, do something better, leave me alone. Um, but yeah, that's so good to like hear you talk so positively about the things that were so unexpected with your release and um just kind of like yeah, like the glitches and the book not being available and all those things. And I remember like opening up Instagram like all the time and just being like, I wonder like if there's an update, like how is it doing? And but just like seeing the positive reception even just like from the outside, like I'm sure you probably got it a lot differently from how I'd see it because people are probably messaging you or you were the one getting all your comments and stuff. But like I feel like it was so well received still, and people were so excited and were waiting and waiting and waiting for it to go live. It just, if anything, it just like got you this anticipation. It was so like, I don't know, it was so magical. But yeah, it was awesome, and that's just so exciting, and it's just so fun to like watch things get like tied up like that. Just like, wow, it's done. Every time you make like a sentimental post about it being done, I'm like, oh yes. But I just know there's so many amazing things I'm looking forward to that are coming from you, and I just like cannot wait for all the things in the future. Because I just know they're all gonna be so good. Um, all right, we have honestly, yeah, maybe we can see how far we get through this topic in the remainder of our first call. Something not related to the Daragon duology is that you have been kind of jumping back into the querying process this year, and commonly referred to as the query trenches. What are just like any tips or things you've learned from the experience, or like anything you want to share about the experience of querying?
First of all, if any of you listeners are going through the query trenches and you feel alone or discouraged, my DMs are open. You are not alone. It is such a difficult process, especially if you're doing it alone. Don't do it alone. Find people to vent to, cry to, celebrate your victories with. Yeah, that's my number one most important thing. But also something that I've learned, because this is not my first book in the query trenches, querying is playing the long game. You need staying power if you, or like, you need a plan of action before going in full force. I mean, you've got to know what you're going to write next. You need to start writing it while you're querying, because if you sit and meditate on like, when is something going to come in my inbox? When is somebody going to say yes? Or like if you're at work and then you get a rejection email and you're like, well, my day is shot. What am I going to do with myself? Don't do that to yourself. Also, and then I guess a bright spot of advice would be like, it's not about will someone take a chance on me or take a chance on my book? First of all, you took a chance on your book, so you don't need them to take a chance. It's more about you're narrowing it down to the person who is the perfect fit for you in your story. Rejection is redirection. I have had to like say that to myself in the mirror so many times. It just means that they're not the right fit. It's like when you're searching for the one. That boy who treated you mildly at best, he ain't the one. But you're one step closer to finding the right one. It's just all in timing. It's a timing thing, truly. So that would be my advice. Also, I totally should have said this one earlier, but with when you're trying to find an agent, rejection isn't like, oh, they hated my book. No, they're trying to decide who to financially invest in because it's a business. I know that writing is personal, but agenting is a business. So if they're reading your thing and thinking, I can't sell this, that's all. There's going to be people potentially who can sell it. It's just trying to find those people. So just don't take everything too personally. Have some staying power, but also find an emotional support network. That's, the trifecta of the querying process.
Yes. Oh my gosh, no, like seeing all of your posts and stories and threads and everything, I'm like I'm getting so discouraged. But then like seeing you be like, yeah, it's discouraging, but also it's such um oh my gosh, the word left me. But like it's a good process to be going through, and it's a really good like learning process and experience overall. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm encouraged. I'm like, I'm not even going through this.
Yeah, it's especially interesting with the background context of also being an indie author. Um, Seeing the two different types of publishing firsthand is insane, I will say. It's giving me a better perspective now because the last time I queried, Fall of Jericho hadn't come out. So I did not have a book to my name when I was querying. But now I have two. And it's very different than the first time around. There's a lot more confidence. It's like, one way or another, I know how to publish a book. I know how to get it published, get it out there, build a readership. Um, and sometimes agents sense that in what you write and, query wise and all the mechanics. So don't give up.
I feel like there's just so much motivation to like really hone in on your craft or like really develop your writing and improve so much when you have this like big goal and you're trying to get your book in the hands of agents and things. Like it's like that extra, like it just adds to that confidence of like you want your writing to be the best it's ever been. And it's like what else is gonna push you to like feel that way sometimes than having this goal. So yes, so exciting.
So, especially with you, doing NaNoWriMo, is there anything essential to your writing routine these days? Like what's helping you make it through NaNoWriMo, truly?
I will say at the time that we're recording this, it's what, the 21st? The burnout is real. When you are writing 1,600 words a day, every day, after, a full day of work or whatever's going on in your life, you're toast. Like you're running on fumes. I will say though, which is kind of odd because for me, writing has always kept me grounded. It's like my mind's way of going and touching grass. So sitting down and carving time out to write is sort of the easy part for me, but I think in the back half of this month, I'm just really exhausted. I think the hard part is consistently coming up with, 5.5 pages approximately of new content for my whip every day. Hence why this year I've kind of spread it across 2 projects. Maybe I'm cheating, but that's okay. But I will say the thing that's keeping me anchored truly are my writing playlists. I am such a music nerd. I am so particular about what music I listen to when I'm writing or just, living my life. So I think depending on what I like put in my ears, that's going to affect the productivity of my writing session. Also, I've been putting like time locks on my phone because if I can just open TikTok or Instagram, immediately half an hour is gone. Just throw that time in the garbage. So it's almost like kid-proofing my phone. But doing that and listening to the right music is probably what's still keeping me in this challenge.
That's so real and like so relatable. The the music is what keeps us in it too. I feel like, especially when I mean, there's a little bit of accountability of us being 2 people, but like every time like either of us finds like a new song, it just like it reignites something and we send it back and forth. Or the amount of texts that are just like, oh, I listened to this song and now I feel this way, or I can't stop thinking about this thing because I'm listening to this song. And so it just like keeps us in it. Which is kind of like weird. It's like opposite. Like we haven't been writing at all this month, but our November has been spent deep in making all of our developmental edits, and we wanted to be done so much sooner than we are. I mean, we were very bold. We were like, we're gonna finish them in 2 weeks. Like we were like, we're gonna get it back, marinate on it for a weekend, and then get it back to our editor 2 weeks after she gave it back to us. No, absolutely not. And we had managed to add like so much content to it, so it's just like taking so much longer. But it's becoming so much better, so I think it's great, but we are on like week 4 now. Which is still good, I guess, but we want it to be fast because we're getting close to needing to do other things and want to give ourselves enough time for formatting. But you know, that's a word that haunts us right now.
Are
But
you guys doing your own formatting? Or are you turning it into a formatter?
I think we're doing our own. I mean, I feel good about it because I'm
I'm
like,
just sending you love. As somebody that did her own formatting for 2 books, I am with you in spirit.
yeah,
Call me if you need to cry. Genuinely. It's so, oh my, I don't know what program you're using, but like still, it's so taxing.
yeah, we're probably gonna do, hate to say it, InDesign, but hey,
Yep,
I know how
that
to
is exactly what I did.
I know how to use it, and I'm really good at it. So I'm hoping for the best. So I'm like, wait, I kind of know how to do this. So I was like, maybe we should just do it. But yeah, so thinking about that, that was like a today decision. Like we've talked about the idea a few times, but like today, because we made like another kind of bigger money decision, so we're like, okay, now we really probably don't have the money to like just toss the book away and be like, someone else format this. But yeah, so it'll be fun and exciting, but it also feels like a little nice to know like we kind of have control over the timeline. So yeah. But anyways, not to make it about me. Playlists are everything. Ooh, okay. I know. I bet your playlists have been changing so much when from going from writing your like romantasy to then like writing rom-coms. Like I bet like there's been like a little bit of difference in your playlists. Um, but do you think you'd ever write outside of the romance and fantasy genres?
Hmm, that's a good question.
Did.
I will say I have thought about writing a romantic suspense or like a romantic thriller. Um, I think I wrote like a prologue, and then I was like, this is a good idea. This prologue is garbage. I'm gonna bury this for like a year and a half, see how my life's going, and then I'll probably revisit. I wrote it around Halloweenish, like right before Nano. I was like, this is gonna be my Nano project. Jokes. No, it was not. Because I hit a wall so fast. I was like, it's not its time. I'll come back to it, but it's not now. But I will say I don't think I'll ever write something that doesn't have some facet of romance in it. Like that's just not in my nature. I am a lover and a fighter, but I'm a lover through and through, genuinely. But I think as long as there's some kind of romance in it, I may try a science fiction, probably when I'm in my like 40s,
Right.
truthfully.
Age of
I'm young. I want to ride a dragon. I want to cast spells. I, I'm just not I don't want to say grounded because it sounds like I'm in like a loony bin or something, but like I'm just trying to have fun. I'm trying to be silly. I'm trying to play with magical creatures. um, but I think I'll break into like more tense genres first, like maybe a mystery, maybe a thriller, before I start getting into like I think they're called hard genres, like the high sci-fis or the high fantasies and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fair. I'm just like, I just love love. If there's not romance, what's the point? Like for me as a reader, I'm like, if there's no romance, like what's the point? And that's what got my sister into reading. Like she got into like this huge like Harry Potter fix last year or something, like she discovered it or something. I don't know. But so she like watched all the movies and then she got the books for Christmas and then she got like halfway through the third book and she's like, there's no romance. Issa, give me something good. I'm like, okay, here you go. And now she reads.
Amen. Honestly, the selection is what got me into reading in middle school. So I feel like that's like the most romance kind of book. I know they classify it as fantasy. Whatever. It's a romance. It's literally Royal Bachelor. So, and it had no business being that good. I'm sorry. Yes, it was tacky, but it was fabulous. I would reread it ASAP if I had time.
Okay, honestly, I really do want to read it. Because I only just started reading. I only just became literate in 2020. So, um
Good for you. Welcome to the club.
Oh my gosh. Okay, kind of pivoting, but do you have any favorite social media or bookstagram trends right now?
Speaking of club, in the club, we all fam. Oh my gosh. I say that I am the most annoying person at my workplace because I love that I work at a country club. So I'm like, in the country club, we all fam. My coworkers hate me. um, I'm honestly more of like, I don't really keep up to date with too many bookstagram trends. Um, I am such a book talk over bookstagram person, just naturally, just because I've had my TikTok for longer than I've had my bookstagram. Um, there's one I will say I've seen with like a Throne of Glass post where it was like, he didn't like my blonde hair, so I went silver. This isn't about my hair. And then it's a picture of her and Rowan. And oh my God, I drooled. Literally just foaming at the mouth over fan art. It's embarrassing. That trend is so fun that he didn't like my blank, so I went blank. This isn't about me though. And then it's like the reveal, and you're like, has me
Yeah.
gagged every single time I see one of those. So I would say those are my two favorites right now.
Oh, so good. That's so fun.
I love that. I love a trend. Honestly, even if I don't like a trend that much, I'm still excited about it. Like just because it's like fun. Um, Amazing. Oh, I love this because I have not been reading, and so it will maybe inspire me to read. And I'm just thinking about the fact that I have like a plane ride this weekend, so I'm like, okay, maybe I actually will get inspired to read again. But do you have any upcoming book releases that you're really excited for, or something on your immediate TBR?
Do I? Oh my goodness. For starters, I am gonna eat y'all's book up on Valentine's Day. Like voracious appetite. I am waiting in anticipation. Seriously, I never shut up about it. At home with my friends. I'm so excited. Um, so number one, had to put that out there. Shameless plug. Um, I will say, I think my most anticipated release, other than that, is Sunrise on the Reaping. I am a Hunger Games girly. I, I'm messed up in the head because Catching Fire is one of my comfort films. Comfort films. Same with Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Oh my gosh, that movie adaptation and that book was so good. Um, I'm so excited to get hurt again. It's awesome. Watch Me by Tahada Mafi, where James is 30 and he's in prison. What? Hello? I don't know what to do with myself. Um, I've also, and I promise this is the last one, but this year I have finally gotten into Allie Hazelwood's books. For the longest time, listen, I know when to admit the error of my ways. I was a hater. I didn't understand. Bride was my first book. I read it for book club back in March. It was okay. Maybe not the best one to start with, but I liked it. 3 stars ish, 3.5. Then I read Love on the Brain. It was okay. But I read it on audiobook, so I was like, I could do it. I could do this again. Those audiobooks are fire. Love Hypothesis. I was like, okay, we're getting better. Love Theoretically, I was like, oh, someone cooked here. 5 stars. Immediate. Love, theoretically, was so good. It's one of my favorites of the entire year. I can't stop thinking about that book. I'm low-key about to read it again. So I am so excited for Deepened. Oh my stars. R.I.P. Wet. I thought that title was hilarious. R.I.P. But that book, a sports romance from Allie Hazelwood? Come on. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited. I just introduced my sister to Allie Hazelwood. And so she just finished Love Theoretically last night. And she goes, I don't get the end. I was like, honestly, I don't remember. So maybe I need to reread. But that one, oh my gosh, I ate that book up. It's my favorite of hers. Oh my gosh, I think about it a lot, even though I don't remember it, but that's okay.
Two of my friends begged me to read that. And I was like, it's not the first one though. Like, let me come around, let me read the other ones, and then I'll read it. And I kept my word. And oh my gosh, she was not lying. It was the best one. The best one, hands down. Oh my stars.
Okay, I just discovered that Elise Myers has like a booktube, and so she reviewed Love Theoretically, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it was so good." And then she went back and read the ones before. She goes, "I was disappointed. I should not have started with her latest one because the latest one's the best because that's you've learned the stuff. You know what to do now."
It just is.
So I'm glad you did not start with Love Theoretically. And I told my sister, I was like, "You can't start with that one, even though it's the best one."
Tell me why I was about to say, okay, I'll pack it as my plain book, but no, I won't do that now because I still have only listened to the like newer like that Spotify novella. Um, Loved it. And but it's funny because last year I had been wanting to read her books for so long that I asked for them for Christmas and got like three of them for Christmas and I have not touched them. So, yeah, I'll need to pick one to bring on the plane. I That's been on my mind all week is like what is going to be my physical plane book because I like really wanted to bring the like a book of the month book, but I don't want to bring like a big hardcover. So I was like, okay, what's it gonna be? Even though I know I'm probably just gonna read my Kindle books anyways. Need a trusty paperback. So maybe I'll look back into my Allie Hazelwood collection. Ooh, that'll be so fun. Um, Oh, sorry. I totally asked that last question. Not to steal your thunder.
I literally could not care less. Okay. Sydney, if we were to get a hold of your phone, what would we find in your notes app?
I was so worried you were going to ask me this question. You'd basically find all my secrets. Like I guess I shouldn't admit some things online, but like obviously book stuff. You will find every single outline, scene idea. If I get just a line of dialogue in my head, I'll just write it on a random note. Probably some terrible, not compromising, but just embarrassing photos that like me and my friends have traded. I kid you not, and you know what? I'm proud to admit this one. I have a notes app doc of caption ideas for every occasion of pictures for Instagram, literally ever. And they're fire. And I will check them off if I use like every time I use them so I don't repeat them. Um, I feel like I have over 800 notes in my notes app. It's just that is my favorite app ever, more than TikTok. You can take my TikTok. Just let me keep my notes app, please.
Exactly. The notes app is girlhood.
Real. Yeah.
Okay, that is so real because the only time I see my boyfriend use the Notes app is when it's to edit our shared note of our grocery list that I made us do. So it's like, I don't think he uses it for anything else.
Okay, listen, I don't condone like necessarily like, going through a partner's phone, but Sam, I need you to go through his phone only to his notes app and just check how many notes he has and like when he uses them. That's all. That's all I need.
That's funny. It's probably boring numbers, math, accountant stuff, you know? Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, we've talked like a little bit about there being next books. Obviously, you've been writing, making all this progress, and you've been pretty open on socials about some of your whips. So, what is next from you?
Okay, so yes, I have been writing 2 books at a time. One that's going to go into the query trenches if Bandcamp does not, see the results that I'm looking for. And the other, I was writing more for myself. My friend was like, "You put so much pressure on yourself as a writer. You should just write something because you love it. Literally, you could be the only reader and you would still be proud of it." And I did. I truthfully, I had no plans on writing this project. I came up with it days before NaNoWriMo started. And like, I think when my writing session ends tonight, it's going to be 50,000 words long. Like, I love that story so much. And so I've officially decided I'm going to indie publish it. I do have a title, I do have a book cover, hard launch. Um, but I'll say more later. I think maybe it's like Christmas time, New Year's type, like new year, new me, new book. But I just love that story so much. It's very different. Like if you thought The Rise of Daragon was soft, like no, this book is so fluffy, it's so fun and lighthearted. It's everything that I've like needed to write, but I just wasn't in like a soft place in my life. So I'm very excited about that one. And obviously, the one that's going in the query trenches after Bandcamp is the Dancing with the Stars rom-com. I think that for a traditional market, if I can nail down that book, hopefully soon, or if, even nicer, if an agent loves Bandcamp and is like, "Hey, what else are you writing?" And I can be like, "Oh yeah, a Dancing with the Stars rom-com. Thank you for asking." Um, I think it would be a match made in heaven. I think those books, the Bandcamp and Dancing with the Stars book, I think they go so well together because it's all, for the performing arts kids, past and present. So, yeah, I will say my contemporary book that I'm writing that I'm going to indie publish, I like to say that it's a Hannah Grace book meets an episode of That 70s Show. So, very college life, fun friend group, less plot, more vibes kind of beat.
I love hearing what comes from your brain in terms of like comps because it's just so like not something I feel like I could come up with in my head to like describe something. And then I'm just like so intrigued. I'm like, that is amazing.
Comps are so fun. I like to think of comps as, because with Book Talk, everybody markets with tropes. It's tropes marketing. I think even before you get to tropes, if you can do comp marketing, it's a game changer because it's like you can immediately associate it with the title. So like with Bandcamp, I always say that it's Pitch Perfect meets Happy Place and Again But Better by Christine Riccio. It's just, the instant recognition of, okay, I may not have read Christine's book. Oh, I've read it, but I'm just saying for like the general audience of, I may not have read it, but like I know her as a booktuber. I know like her voicey writing, smash. Then you've got Happy Place. I mean, if you don't like Happy Place, hello, are you well? Happy Place was so good. It's her best book in my humble opinion. But then again, I still have to read some of her others. But for right now, it's my undisputed favorite. And then Pitch Perfect. I know Pitch Perfect was like a 2012 bop, but like, come on. Pitch Perfect, just timeless. I love Pitch Perfect so much.
No, truly, when it came out, it became a classic.
Yeah.
It will always be a classic to me. If Pitch Perfect has 0 fans, I am dead.
Everyone's extinct, actually, because I don't know if I've ever met anybody who doesn't like it. Like when I was in high school, they're like the boys group of my class, all the boys were like obsessed with Pitch Perfect. Like that's what they did when they would go have their sleepovers. They all would watch it and like their Snapchat stories was just videos of them like singing along and things. And I'm like, it's so like I don't know, it just was such a shared thing of our generation that I feel like everyone loves. So like it really lands with the right audience or like that right kind of group of readers, So So exciting. Oh my gosh. Comps are gonna haunt me and I'm gonna be thinking about them for for us too. Because I'm like, you know what? I got no clue. Um, there's some, but I'm like, wait, what if I don't like the thing? I'm what if I don't like the thing I think of as a comp? What then? Um, but no, I will say, because you brought up our book, one thing that I know we will relate to a little bit is there's a not so love triangle. Like it's not but it is. It's not but it happens. And so as our love triangle defender, you will not be mad at us for that.
Listen, I'm going to speak my truth, and I don't care what anybody has to say about it. Why did love triangles ever start getting hate? I don't care. They're so good. Unmatched. If you put a love triangle in any genre, I'm eating it up. The tension is doubled. The stakes higher. You've got division. You're literally rooting division in your audience so that you can have more conversation about it, and therefore it spreads like wildfire. It allows you to market to a bigger audience solely based on which guy or which girl are you rooting for. It's a brilliant marketing tactic, if I do say so myself. And it's just an excellent trope. I will not handle love triangle slander ever.
I just don't like being wrong.
Okay. But is it wrong? It's in the pursuit of love.
Yeah, but if they suck, they suck.
Okay, that's fair. Like I will say the Hunger Games love triangle there, that aged pretty bad. But I mean, if you even like semi-rooted for the right one, you're in the Claire Bouillon fam.
Oh my gosh.
No, I love it. It's so wonderful for marketing. It really is. And it doesn't get old. Like it's just been around forever. Like that's all I've it's like the core of romance as a genre. I just think about being so young and it being like in movies and books and Twilight and everything, and then now like watching The Summer I Turned Pretty and having all these people who like haven't read the books and like being like this I hope this is gonna happen, and I'm like, well, I mean, if they change then sure that could happen, but like I'm like, okay.
They've already changed enough.
Yeah. But no, it just will never die, and it's great, and it gets people talking a lot. It's so good. Oh, wow. I'm so glad that we got to pick your brain again and have you on pod because it's just so much fun, and we all just are so, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, wow, we're all so similar. Like we have so many like shared book things or interests, and then I get so motivated whenever we talk to you because just like everything you're doing, I'm like, yeah, I want to get back to writing and editing so we can publish and be in the club all together. But um yeah, wow. So I can't believe our time is coming to an end, but it's time for our favorite thing of the whole thing that I did not prepare for and do not have anything pulled up. So I'm opening my Spotify.
But we want to ask, uh, okay, well, we have this phrase the same way on every single doc that we're using this for, but dare we all use,
Dare we?
dare we all use songs that are hints of vibes for our next book? Yeah, so a song from next book. I guess it doesn't have to be like next, but like a future project. Exciting stuff.
Okay. My song. I will say ever since I started writing Bandcamp, which was obviously my first rom-com out of the romanticy bubble I was living in, I've been listening to so much classic rock, and which is the golden era of music, by the way. There's genuinely nothing like that genre to me. So if I had to pick one, I've been listening to so much REO Speedwagon. I love that band so much. My dad gave me the most elite music taste ever. Um, I would have to say my song of the day is going to be Can't Fight This Feeling. Um, it's just like the most quintessential epic rock love ballad, in my opinion. Just there's so much soul in the song, and it's a staple in my music library. So that would be my pick.
Exciting. Okay, Sam, what about you?
Oh my goodness. It's just like last time. I'm so undecided of what to do. Okay, I'm going to jump to a completely different project than I did in a different one. Super, super, not even that secret, but if people know, they know. Um, and it's barely done. I have 2 chapters written, so but it's I really, really want to finish it so that I can put it out for next fall winter because it's like a fall winter book. And the song I listen to nonstop from my playlist for that book is Loose Garment by Muna. It's that song is never coming off this playlist, so I know I can confidently say that will be on that book's playlist, but that sums up so much of the vibes of that book.
Yeah. Oh, exciting. I'm just on our book two playlist. And mine will be Lifeline by Joshua Bassett.
Oh, that's diabolical. I I cried. That song, I was listening to that playlist a bunch, and I was going to Hy-Vee, which is like Midwest grocery store, um, just for like an energy drink on my lunch. Like I hadn't even gone home yet the other day. And I just started sobbing in the parking lot. And I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, what's this song doing to me? Great song though.
So
Good
good.
picks, you guys.
Great picks. Yeah, no. Uh I you're gonna have me wanting to listen to some REO Speedwagon. No.
Oh, yes.
Like I'm seeing my dad in a couple days and I'm like, yeah, like let me get back into the dad tunes.
Dad rock, dad rock and yacht rock are some of my favorite kinds of music ever. It's so good. I feel like I'm in a classic 80s film.
So good. Oh my gosh. Sydney, this has been so much fun. I'm so happy that you agreed to be on again and that we just got this opportunity to talk. And literally, I'm obsessed with you. Maybe in a
I love
creepy
you
way.
guys.
Yeah, totally in a creepy way. Obsessed.
But if you listening right now don't already follow her, you can follow her on Instagram at author Sydney Applegate. Oh my gosh, literally feed. I'm obsessed. I love it. It's so fun. And TikTok also so fun. Everything just so fun.
I have been so influenced. Literally, your TikTok is my favorite thing in the world. I have literally like bought things off TikTok shop from you posting about them because I've been like, I need that. Um, and so if you don't follow Cindy on TikTok, yeah, that's the place to be. It's just so fun. I love TikTok.
So good, so fun. Oh my gosh, I'm counting down the days now until this episode comes out. But yeah, I forgot how to outro. Anyways, yeah, so thank you both, Sam and Sydney, for spending your evening with me. I hope you both have a holly jolly rest of your day.
Yes, thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all. Bye.
Bye.
Slay.